Welcome to today's lesson in Special Crime Investigation. Now, I think last semester, right, or last year, you took up Special Crime Investigation 1, in which in that subject you you knew what are the different techniques, the different tools on how to conduct a normal investigation or a normal investigation on a normal crime scene. For instance, merong patay na katawan dyan. So, ano yung dapat na steps na gawin mo? Now, dito sa special crime, wala tayong proper procedure. Of course, you just have to use your, what we call this, wits, your common sense, your guts, and most especially your imagination. Now remember, dito sa special crime, same din ito sa ibang crime na you have to collect evidences that will be used to prove in court of its involvement in crime or his or her involvement in that crime. Okay? Now, balik tayo sa mga na-discuss natin na mga special crimes. Such as doon sa ano to sa okay, let's start with organized crime. Organized crimes are done by organized crime groups. These organized crime groups are, of course, meron silang sariling system, sariling hierarchy, sariling administration and management on how they do things. But all and most of all, mostly, yung goal nila is to make profit. Pera talaga. And this is their weakness. Now, take in mind kung ano yung weakness ng isang, yung isang criminal, dapat doon yung angle mo sa pag-investigate. Now, in the case of organized crime groups, dapat doon yung angle mo. Kasi madali ka lang makakakuha ng lead kung saan yung direction ng investigation mo patungo. Okay? And it can also be used to prove the involvement of a person of a crime. Okay? This is the most basic rule in investigating organized crime group. Follow the money. Kapag malaman mo ang flow ng money, of course, meron ka ng lead. And it is up to you on how you are going to collect different evidences to prove in court na, of course, they are involved in that certain crime. Kasi marami kasing crimes na nakocommit yung isang organized crime group. It ranges from small scale to big scale. Small scale, ito yung, let's say, for instance, prostitution, small-time drug dealing, ano pa ba? Extortion. Examples man ng big scale, ito yung mga smuggling ng drugs para maka-provide ng drugs sa mga small dealers. Ano pa ba? Human smuggling. Usually, nag-involve talaga ng smuggling. Rice, car, at eto, arms smuggling. Kasi yung arms smuggling, very important sa kanila kasi kapag nakalusot, they have means, they have the tools that they can use to coerce people or to threaten people. Okay? So, importante sa kanilang operation yung mga arms. Hindi kamay ha, of course. Blah, blah. Hindi kamay. Arms refer to weapons such as guns. So, when investigating an organized crime, you must follow the money. And of course, para 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 easier ang flow ng investigation mo, hindi dapat yung mga tauhan lang ang target mo. Ang ultimate goal mo is to bring down that certain organized crime group. And in order to do that, dapat meron kang eto mapping kung sino yung mga nasa posisyon, kung sino yung mga members ng organized crime group. So, first is to know their operation. So, paano yan? How are we going to do that? Of course, first is surveillance. I hope nakuha nyo na to sa police intelligence nyo. Merong surveillance, different kinds of surveillance, at saka meron din namang tayong etong interrogation. Sorry. Now, what is the use of this interrogation sa surveillance at saka sa investigation? Of course, kapag meron na tayong naso-surveillance na may involvement talaga or part ng group, so we're going to mag-conduct ng surveillance sa kanya. Tsaka kapag meron siyang mga slip-ups or kapag meron siyang crime na commit, we can use it to blackmail him. Okay? Para just to gather information about sa kanilang organized crime group. Now, dito papasok yung interrogation. You can use mild threats to him that you are going to arrest him on spot kapag hindi siya mag-provide ng information, but of course with the promise of not telling others na nagsumbong siya. Okay? So the deal you are making is in exchange for the information, you will let him go at that moment. Doon lang sa moment na yon. Doon lang sa time na yon. Okay? Tapos, an information will lead to another information. Basta, ang overall dito, kapag mag-investigate ka ng organized crime group, you must, use your common sense na lang. Whatever goes. Kasi sa special crime investigation talaga, wala talagang proper procedure on how to do things, on how to approach things. Kasi sa normal crime kasi, nagsa-start tayo, meron bang crime na commit? Next, sino ba yung nakakommit? Next, ano yung location ng nakakommit? Next, mag-collect tayo ng evidences. Dito sa special crimes, iba. Hindi yan in order. Okay? Of course, yung dapat na nauna talaga yung kung meron bang crime na commit. Kasi mahirap naman kung mag-investigate ka kung hindi naman klaro na may crime na commit. So, next is dito na nagrarumble kung ano yung unang gagawin mo. Okay? Depending on the situation. Depende din sa kung ano yung feel mo. Feel ng boss nyo na ang gagawin, ang next na hakbang nyo. So, in this case, sa discussion natin sa organized crime, pwede first mag-collect muna tayo ng evidences. And then, meron na tayong, let's say, identities. O kung wala pang identities, kahit location lang muna. Kasi itong mga taong to, hindi to sila nagtatago. Mga matapang ito. People know they are doing crime. It's just, we cannot put them to jail because we lack the evidences. Okay? Sa law sila sumasandal na ano yung ebidensya mo that we are doing this, we are doing that. Wala kaming involvement dyan, so you cannot imprison us. Now, that is the challenge for the investigator. Okay? So, in this case, pwedeng identity muna yung kunin mo, kung sino yung mga members, tapos yung location, ano yung mga locations nila, pwede ding tsaka ka magko-collect ng mga evidences or hanapin mo muna yung mga locations nila sa mga possible members. Then, we will search for the identities of the other members, kung sino yung mga boss. Kaya nga kasagaran, kadalasan sa mga boss, hidden talaga yung identity nila. At hindi lahat na mga soldiers ay nakakaalam kung sino yung boss nila. Ang nalalaman lang nila is kung sino yung may contact. So, doon na naman mag-focus ang investigation ng police. Okay? Pero of course, meron naman tayong ibang approach. Kapag, ano, kapag, what do you call this? Meron na tayong na-identify na tao, of course, pwede din tayo makalagay ng mole sa isang organization. Kasi yung mga organization, mga organized crime groups, nagre-recruit din ito sila. Of course, limited din yung access ng information na malalaman nila. Parang Batman, yung yung si Alfred, yung alalay ni Batman, siya lang yung may contact kay Batman. Or doon sa case ni si Watari, hidden yung identity ni L. Now, balik tayo dito sa mall. Now, being a mall or a spy in a criminal organization is very damn hard. Kasi you will be um, you will be joining them in their criminal acts. Of course, meron din silang mga initiation para tatanggapin kanila that you really are a hardcore criminal. Hindi sila basta-bastang tumatanggap. Okay? Now, etong mall, it will take up to usually 2 to 5 years bago nila makuha yung trust mo. And it's very hard kasi kadalasan ang nakakaalam na isa kang spy is yung hepe lang, yung chief lang ng intelligence. And your main goal is just simply to collect intelligence information. 'Di ba meron kayo nito sa police intelligence? Na kapag meron kang makollect na information, pwede mo lang pwede kang mag-assign ng dead drop kung saan mo iiwan yung information na nakuha mo at doon sa dead drop, doon i-collect ng intelligence officer. So, other other techniques din sa pag-approach ng investigation dito sa organized crime group is to make deals. 'Di ba nasabi ko kanina na gagawa ka ng deal. But hindi lang nag-limit sa coercion or pag-threaten. Pwede ding etong tinatawag nila na barter. Dito sa Dipolog City, mga 4 years ago, grabe yung barter dito. Kaya nga maraming nahuhuli and marami ring namamatay. Kasi, for instance, nahuli ako. Isa lang akong small fish na drug dealer. Nagbebenta ako. Nahuli ako sa isang buy-bust operation, entrapment. So, uh, the officers in charge of that operation will try to make some deals to me na they are going to release me if I'm going to tell them kung saan ko galing yung source, yung ganun ba. So, after telling them, of course, they will really release me. Pero, dito na rin nangyayari yung mga patayan kasi meron ding mga information sa underground na nahuli si ganito, ganyan, tapos pinakawalan. So, magdududa yung mga ibang mga drug dealers or kahit na yung sources. So, in order to put or to stop the extraction of information by the police officers, papatay nila kung sino yung nag-aawit. Okay? Kung sino yung nagbigay ng information, nagsumbong kung sino yung source. Kaya nga dito sa Dipolog 4 or 5 years ago, marami talagang patayan. Pero of course, marami ring achievements yung police doon. Kasi meron talagang nahuling mga sources pala. At dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula, medyo mahina na talaga yung mga drug lords. Dati kasi hindi sila takot. Nagdadala pa ng baril. Pero ngayon, wala na. Okay. Okay, so far parang medyo na-cover na natin ng konti yung tungkol sa organized crime group. Now, dito na naman tayo mag-focus sa assassination. Of course, assassination is a special crime. But this is one of the easiest to solve and not to solve, to look for suspects but very hard to solve. Okay? Kasi in an assassination, madali lang hanapan ng suspect kung mag-investigate ka sa buhay ng victim. You're going to know kung ano yung mga ginagawa ng biktima, kung meron bang galit sa kanya, or kung meron mang, let's say, meron siyang kaaway. So, assassination usually happens to politicians. So, yung angle, 'di ba, yung sa organized crime group, yung pinaka-basic na angle, pinaka-simple na angle is yung flow ng money. Dito naman sa assassination, yung angle mo, kung saan yung direction mo ng investigation mo is kung sino ang mga taong nakaka-benefit. Okay? At lahat ng tao na na may benefit sa pagkamatay ng isang tao, yung taong inassassinate is considered as suspect. Now, dito na papasok yung interview, questioning, and interrogation. And of course, mahirap talaga makuna ng ebidensya. Kasi kadalasay, yung mga taong nag-assassinate is for hard lang sila. So, kapag big time, yung nag-utos, principal by, ano ba yon, inducement, sila yung nag-induce na gumawa na gawin yung assassination, hindi madaling matrace kasi kadalasan nito ay papatayin din nila yung for hire para wala na talagang chance na matrace back sa kanila. Okay, kaya it's very easy to look for suspects but very hard to find evidences. Oo, na that will really prove na kasabwat siya or siya yung nag-utos. Now, pwede din naman ganito sa mga on rare cases kapag meron kang in-interview na suspect, kinwestiyon mo, ganun, usually, after pagkatapos ng process na yon, meron silang pinupuntahan or meron silang tinatawagan. This is natural to them. Kasi, of course, they have to warn other people. Pre, gianhi kog police pre, gi-interview ko. Or, sometimes, they have really to go there personally. So, ang technique dapat ng isang investigator is just to wait, to do surveillance, ganun. It's either before or after the interview. So, anything goes. Kung ano yung, ano, mag, kung ano yung mga galaw that can lead that person to the involvement of the crime, so it can be used. It can be used. Okay? So, I think dito na lang muna tayo. And if, meron kayong mga request kung anong mga special crime, please ilagay nyo lang sa comment section. And, of course, sorry to disappoint you, wala muna tayong 50 pesos, ha? Kasi, naidako kayong gigastuan si sir.